What's up guys, welcome back. So we are now on to episode 4 of Bly Manor, which I have to say might be one of my top favourites. It's in the god tier for me when it comes to this show. I just love a lot of scenes, I love a lot of things that are said in this, I love learning about Danny's past, and then we all know there's a big development that is made in this episode. So yeah, I don't really have that much of a big introduction other than I hope that you're all okay. So let's just dive into it. It's just decided to start raining right now as I go to film this episode, and I live in the attic, so I apologise if you can hear it because my windows are facing the sky. Small disclaimer, I apologise.
You're blind. Can you tell it's me?
Of course I can. I see you every day.
Initially, I thought this was her brother. Oh, how wrong I was.
I think she wishes she could swap us.
Then you'd have to live with my mom.
I kind of want to see some history between her and mum. I feel like there's some tension.
Wow.
You like it?
If any of you guys had the pain of loving Alex and Maggie from Supergirl, you will understand why this song brings back some trauma.
You ready for this?
When I first watched this, I thought they were going to the prom. I didn't think they were getting engaged.
We just have to get through this and then they'll leave us alone for a while.
I also thought that he was gay too. I just thought that maybe they were covering up for each other. Again, I was very wrong.
Danielle, thank you for daring me to do it. Can't wait.
They're so awkward with each other. I mean, he seems sweet, but you've not got the requirements.
Hey, so, one thing I've always loved about you, Danielle, you always seem to spot the kids that need you the most. You better take care of yourself as well. You know?
The kids that need her the most. Miles and Flo. Aww. I never made that connection. My eyes are very watery today, and I swear I'm not crying. Okay, they just get like this. But I might be crying at some points in this episode as well. You will never know.
Just say, good morning, Mrs. Omar.
Let's not say that. Let's not. Oh, we do love this scene.
Oh, you look.
Ah,
I can scrub up when I need to. Funeral starts at 4. Owen said we should get there early.
that's a late funeral. That's a late funeral. A funeral is usually that late over here. Every funeral that I've ever been to has been like early, like 1 o'clock maybe is the latest. 4? Maybe it's just for the purpose of the narrative and I'm looking into it too deeply. Maybe.
It's quite a dress.
Yeah, it's the only thing I had in black. I hate it.
It does look a bit like you're trying to scandalise the village.
But,
Can't say I fault the
but
general
Jamie's
principle.
wearing
I just
something that
don't
looks
know
quite
where I'm
scandalous
going
as
now.
well.
Don't mind.
They could have scandalised together.
Hey, Poppins. It's your day off. I promise. I don't need you to be my date to Owen's mum's funeral.
But I do.
Okay.
I need you to be there.
Now, can you help me get this thing off?
Blimey.
No, seriously.
I just think it's just done with so much care on the writer's part. Like, Danny's slowly picking things to unravel to Jamie because she's starting to feel more uncomfortable with her, and Jamie's continuing to like make her like laugh and lift her spirits. I just love it. I know. I think that someone could make a drinking game out of how many times I say that I love their relationship and them. You're welcome. Saturday nights on me.
Did I pinch her?
That's for later.
Well, I'll be back in a few hours. And if I find out you've not been relaxing, there will be serious consequences. Okay. Yeah.
They were checking each other out so much during that scene, it's ridiculous. One more glance before you go, yeah, one for the road. Oh, I might be completely late to this game. The thing that Flora's humming, I feel like I'm gonna get laughed at because it's gonna be like, well, yeah, duh. keep on checking if I'm recording. She's humming A Willow Way, right? which is what older Jamie says in the very first episode. I know that I'm probably late to that, but I've only just figured it out. And I quite like it. I love Danny's outfit in this scene. She looks so soft and cozy.
Oh, what you up to down here?
Grave rubbings.
Why would you?
Okay, now, come along, sweetie. Pants are getting wet out here.
Miss Rose, my trousers got wet in the graveyard, but Miss Clayton said I wet my pants. Because in America, pants mean trousers.
Silly Americans.
That is funny.
We don't say pants anymore for underwear. Piece of information for anyone that didn't know. I don't know anyone that does anyway. Oh. Sexy ghost.
I didn't say it was your favourite. It's Owen's favourite.
How cute is
Owen
that?
isn't here.
That's so cute that she wants to do that.
Here you go.
Oh,
Hello.
How was it?
Oh, you know.
she looks amazing.
I'll make tea.
No. I'll make it.
How bad must it be, that tea? It must be terrible.
Hate to say it, but on some level, must be a relief. I'd be relieved, though.
Would you?
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Being worn away a little bit every day. Christ. Just shoot me. Put me out of my misery. It's not fair on anyone.
So I have something to say here. That... Oh, I can't tell if my eyes are watering because they're just being stupid or if I actually am, like, teary. Looking back at that, it's just... Let me gather some words, because that actually, like, to me is really important. That signifies so perfectly the development that Jamie goes on, the journey that Jamie goes on. Because before she met Danny, she has never met anyone that is worth hanging on to. And she has that mentality now before they really do fall in love. And then flip to what happens, she's the one that's clinging on, like, for dear life. She is not relieved when what happens with Danny happens. She is the one that is... It's just such a good sense of irony. This is what I love about these shows, this and Hill House. Just the how they mirror back to each other on certain topics, and like this one but this one hurts, the fact that she had a change of heart because of the fact that she finally had someone that she loved so much and couldn't imagine life without. Why must the writers hurt us like this? And that's the question. This is a really significant moment that I really get, like, hit with. Because it's kind of that thing where it's easier said than done. Like, anyone can say, oh, if I was in his position, it would have been a relief, until you are actually in that position. Man. So sad, though.
I don't think fairness comes into it, dear.
Oh. Jamie knows that she makes Danny nervous too, which is something that I enjoy. But this is also something, the thing with the hand was never even discussed. It was never even touched upon. They just kind of, I mean, I know that maybe, like, possibly like a week or so would have passed. I think the earliest that funerals are usually taking place is like a week, sometimes two, but I think it might have been a week. So some time has passed, so I'm like, did they talk about it? But I feel like they didn't, because they're kind of acting like it didn't happen. Useless. Useless.
Poppins, you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Me when I lie. really wants to just throw some hands with someone. She's got a lot of rage built up inside her because she always wants to fight.
I thought he was Peter Quint.
She's ridiculous. I'm much better looking.
Confidence king.
Mrs. Gross, how did you know Owen was coming? She's been making your favourite.
Because they're in love, Flora.
Come on. That's a nice cup for you for a change.
Yeah.
Oh, she gave me a heart attack.
But why was the fire poker next to the umbrellas? Answer me that.
Luckily, Danielle does not share my taste in men.
She don't share taste in men
Lucky
at
for
all,
her.
guys.
He's the lucky one in this equation. And I'm happy to say he
It's
knows
not funny.
it.
You've got great shoulders. You know that?
Stop flirting.
Karen, please.
Did you let
That's
Mike
it.
see you?
That one touch is all it took. They always just, like,
So I wanted.
like one of them things where whenever the other one walks into the room, they glue to each other. So many chef's kisses.
My mum used to make this when
I
she
ate
had
Super
to go
Spy
away
last
from work.
night. It was
Keep the days in the
divine.
I was attacked, you know, right at the front door.
I'm so sorry. Hey, now, you leave her alone. She can't help it. She's
what?
American. Essentially savage people.
Yep.
Will you
Sorry.
be going away now?
What are you looking at?
I'm sorry?
You do that a lot. You look over my shoulder. What are you looking at?
I don't know what you mean.
Flora sus. How she did not leave on the first day. I just still don't know.
My mom was alive, but she wasn't really there anymore.
God, I really want to know the background between Danny and her mum.
We really get to choose the grown-ups that we keep in our life. Well, mostly, anyway.
She chose Jamie.
I suppose that is pretty special.
So sweet.
Good night.
Nanny of the year. The fact that Jamie's just stood there with Danny's coat ready to go, it's just... She's a bit of a softie for her.
I've been drifting lately, quite a bit, I'm afraid.
Same, but not because I'm dead. I don't think. I'm just bored.
For a second, I thought you were going to say you didn't want to get married at all.
Well, funny story.
This makes no sense.
If you were in the room with a dress fitter, it would have made a lot of sense to you.
I'm sorry. Eddie! Eddie!
Okay, just hold on. That bit with the glasses, also another reference to Hell House. I'm not reaching there, right? That was done on purpose. I'm making it a reference anyway. But also, I feel like if he hadn't have died, I feel like he would have, you know, like, obviously, like, this conversation, he's in, like, shock and he's upset and he's heartbroken. If Danny dumped me, I would also be heartbroken. But I think he would have, like, come to and they would have been friends again. And imagine if, like when they were, like, when Danny and Jamie were traveling America, that, like, she introduced him to her and he was, like, her best friend again. I wish that happened. I wish a lot of things happened in this show. Just a happy ending. I love that. Ooh, I love that.
Lord and Lady Wingrave, they were good people, and their kids really miss them. Nothing can fix that.
This bit is so sweet.
But here's Danny Clayton. She's a bit of a weirdo. But she's a lot stronger than she thinks. And if anyone can bring Miles and Flora back to themselves, she can. I'm glad she's here.
Like, how sweet is that? Like I said, she's a big old softie. I think these are tears. I don't know why I'm getting emotional.
What about you, Poppins?
The Poppins are just weak for it.
No, thank you.
It's all right.
I like that gesture within itself because obviously Jamie remembers what Danny's told her in the morning about how she's had someone. So she's like trying to give her the opportunity if she wants to say anything. She's just always considering Danny and how Danny's feeling, and it's just so sweet.
She was gone long before she died, and I miss her. She was my anchor, and then I suppose she was my burden.
This is what I mean between the connection of Owen's mum and Danny. All of this right now, I mean, I don't believe for a single second that Jamie ever saw Danny as her burden, but I think Danny saw herself as Jamie's burden. You know, Jamie didn't think it, but Danny did. But, like, Jamie and Danny were each other's anchors, and Jamie very much was for Danny with everything that she went through. And the connection that this show has done between Owen losing his mum to a disease that, like he just said, she lost herself before she had died. Danny lost herself before she had died. And it's a very clever connection, but it's horrible.
She seemed so small.
You see what I mean? Oh.
But still so
Okay, can't handle it.
And
My brain's making too many
and all I could do
connections
was
and it's
just
making me really sad.
let her hang on to me
Laughing
until
through
it
the
was
pain.
time to let go. And soon I'll let her go too.
Okay, well, Jamie never did that.
He was a wonderful young man, and you were a lovely couple.
And so it begins.
Really proud of him. Excuse me!
Victoria Pedressa just knows exactly how to break your heart when she does these sort of moments. Girlie knows what to do. Acting. When I say she's one of the most brilliant actresses that I've seen in a long, long time, I really do mean it. She is spectacular.
She'd chosen someone to keep close to her that she could feel tired around.
They're just everything,
Chosen
aren't they?
someone who might help her burn away the
They
shadows.
are just everything.
So what else?
Well,
Amelia looks so pretty in this scene too. I would kiss her as well.
told you about my fiance.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I was,
Where was that conversation?
hoping we'd, get round to that one.
Yeah.
Where was this conversation? Mike Flanagan dropped these deleted scenes.
He died. And sometimes it's like, I see him. I've never told anybody that.
See, she's so comfortable with her.
So sorry.
We had broken up. I'd broken up, I guess. Right before.
Jesus, Danny, the same day.
The same minute.
Is he here now? Because, you know, I'll sort him out for you if I have to. Oi! Dead boyfriend! Give it up, mate! It's over!
This is what I mean! She knows what to do and, like, what to say to make Danny smile and laugh and feel better, and it makes me weak. Ugh. Man.
I feel like you can't find you.
Yeah.
You sure? Yes.
The thank fuck as well that Jamie says just then. We here. We here. They really get into it.
Okay.
The man's got to ruin everything. That's not how that first kiss should have gone.
Just forget about
It's
it.
going
It's
so
my
well.
fault. I'm sorry. Just
Jamie?
The way that Danny says her name makes me melt.
you were just telling me, literally telling me that you weren't up for this.
And Jamie was wounded by that. You can tell that she was wounded by that.
They were in his things that came back from the hospital, and I can't stand to look at them.
So why give them to her? Put them in a box and bury them. That kind of pisses me off a little bit because, like, the mum's aware that those glasses carry around this burden. So why give the... She's just said to Danny, oh, I know that you're struggling, we're worried about you, take care of yourself, but here, have the glasses of your dead fiancé. Because they're too sad for me. Why not just put them in a box and just, like, bury them in the garden or hide them in a closet?
Come on, Owen. Time to go home.
Oh, Jamie's so upset by what's just happened. Oh, she looks
I'll
really
call
small.
you later.
That's my favourite pun.
God, even for
That's
you.
my favourite.
It's all good.
It's not though, is it? You're upset.
Miss Clayton?
It's like Snapchat maps.
Miles?
Oh my god, you know what? I need to take a sip of dumb bitch juice. I've only just made the connection. There's a lot of connections that I'm making in this episode. I've only just made the connection that the reason that she kept on telling Danny to stay in her room was because she didn't want her to get choked by Viola. Oh. Okay. It's been a slow few weeks, okay? This is why I'm rewatching them, because they're making me... More light bulbs are going off in my head. I get it now. Because Viola's in the house right now. Yeah. She just wants to be happy with Jamie. She just wants her. See, this is what this is what is so significant about their relationship, because Danny's kind of been living with the guilt and shame and Edmund's presence for so long, because she's never had anything to make her think this needs to go. She feels like she has to live with it, probably because she does blame herself. And then it's taken, like, Jamie to come in for her to realise, I need to put a stop to this, because right now he is the barrier that is getting in the way of them. Like, if he had popped up then when they were kissing, who knows? No, but, like, if he hadn't popped up then that first kiss would have been just as great as first kisses are meant to be for people. So, yeah, so I this is why they are so important to the show, because they put a stamp on every part of development for these two characters. They are each other's motivation and reasoning to better themselves. And she's really facing him for the first time.
It's just you and me then.
Oh, it's a little ghost. And that was her closure. That was the closure that she needed. Ah! I really do love that episode. There's just something about the episode that I just love. I mean, I always like episodes that go into, like, backgrounds of characters, especially characters like Danny, who, with the whole thing with Edmund, it was like a mystery for the first few episodes. But just so many elements of that makes it one of my absolute favourites. Like I said, I don't really know the order of the favourites that I have. I just kind of have them in like their own little shelf, and this is on the shelf as one on the favourite shelf. That ties off the thing with Edmund really well. Like, nothing more has to be said. She's got rid of the object that is keeping him here, and she's faced him, and she now knows what she wants. She knows that she's now in an environment where she can be herself, and she's found someone that she can be herself with. Whereas she went her entire life before this living a lie, you know, like, because I remember I put on Twitter not too long ago that it's a really nice, despite the ending. Let's just not think about that for a minute. But it's a really nice contrast to the fact that Danny had this, oh, she's fallen in love with her best friend and he's the love of her life as well, and it's a fairy tale, like, because with him, obviously, that was all a lie because she couldn't give in to who she is. But then you go with Jamie, and Jamie is her best friend and the love of her life, and she does end up having that kind of fairy tale romance with her, the domestic bliss. Again, despite the ending. But anyway, yep, that is episode 4. So episode 5's next, and episode 5 is one that tested my brain the first time I watched it, so it'll be interesting to see it again. I think I got the Hill House references. I don't know if I've made those ones up. I don't think I have. I think they were intentional. I didn't pick up any in the 3rd episode, I realised not too long ago. So I don't know if there was any in the 3rd episode. If there was, tell me I'm dumb. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, comment, and if you've not already, have a cheeky subscribe. But as always, please take care of yourself, and hopefully I will see you at the next video. Bye guys.